Hi and welcome back. I am very excited because the time has come for my Yule flip through. So I ended up after I showed you this filming, adding in some things that were going on. I made a few mistakes of like dates that I wrote things down on and had to like add an arrow over. But I did also add this right here, this little color-coded bit, so that as my work was closed for the Christmas holidays and New Year's holidays, I could just kind of code that at the top. I liked having this. I was really disappointed that I made some of these mistakes, especially on the really simple things. That's like, duh, Elena, you knew that. So this I added in a ribbon for as my trackers and goals page. So I really liked the way this has been working so far. I ended up going back and adding boxes around it. You can see there I was just drawing them as I went, but I liked having this space. You can see through January 11th, I was drawing 2 cards every day, one from the Marigold Tarot and one from the Smith-Waite Centennial, as I was getting to know the Marigold after receiving it as a Yule gift. But I ended up traveling that weekend and wasn't in a space where I felt comfortable taking that along. So I have my goals up for the top. There are a few that I will probably not get through. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with how that went on. I added in a tracker. I got a stationary bike at the beginning of the season and, well, not exactly at the beginning of the season, about halfway through, and wanted some way to start tracking what I was doing because it doesn't have any of the fancy features like distance or speed or things like that. So I've just been tracking the amount of time I've been on it and the day. I had planned to have a distinction between steady state cardio and high intensity interval training. I'm in much worse shape than I remembered, so I haven't actually been up to the high intensity interval. I am close. I probably could have started that this week, but I didn't. This right here, I'm going to do some cover up. These were some gift ideas. I kind of wrote over there the price and then checked it off if I ended up getting it. And then because of the season, just it happened so fast. I wrote what the gift was, and then if I'd bought it, if it had arrived, if I'd wrapped it, packed it, and given it, and then over here in this column that I'm covering is the who it was to. This ended up working really well for me and just was kind of a relief when things started moving quickly all of a sudden to know that I had that there. So this is the equivalent of a weekly I used for all of Yule, pretty much with a few tweaks. I have my calendar over here. Sometimes I have focus, sometimes I don't. And over here I was doing the day and my tarot card of the day. And then leaving myself a full page on the right hand side with a task or a to-do list, coding it as to which part of my life it related to. Just doing little brackets around the day I intended to do something and then crossing it off when it was done. I did end up doing a new moon tarot spread in here instead of my tarot journal like I normally use. I took some notes on some YouTube videos, and you can see here I was doing just the day with a gray streak behind it for my daily rapid log. Okay, still here doing the same thing, just adding in some doodles. This week I did add in a little bit of notes about what happened that day, and then got a lot done that week. I was really proud of that. And then down here I kind of did a summary of what happened. Here you can see I'm adding in a little more doodles, and then I started doing this thing with my meals for the week there, where I would write what meal we were going to have and then off to the side, almost like a sentence diagram structure of what ingredients I needed for it. And then as things were getting closer to the holidays and travel and needing to go places and take food to places, I ended up making a list of what all I needed to take where. Same setup here. And then this got woo crazy. I added just a little collection of gifts that were still sort of pending, and marked off if they had been wrapped and packed. And then over here I did a little more details about food and started some dinner ideas over here. A little bit of dailies over here with a packing list. Okay, so this is the first weekly cycle section that I changed things up a little. I added boxes for the days and moved my tarot cards up to the top just to kind of group them together. Notes section, I tried putting in a cleaning tracker again. These have worked for me in previous bullet journals, but for some reason didn't quite work for this. Yep, so you can see I've changed up my colors. Dailies over here, and then this I added in with a little collection for the 31 Days of Tarot challenge with Ethany is doing. You can see I had intended on answering each question, like written, and then filming, editing, and posting. That didn't happen. So I'm working through that. It looks like I'm going to complete it, which I'm excited about. I had planned out, I'd drawn a little calendar over here, and you can see I've written, I had taken an erasable pen and written in the days that I thought I would be posting certain videos. And then at one point when I came and did a batch update, I erased all of those plans. I do think I'll go back in and write in what days I actually did the videos on, though. Just sort of for my own record and figuring things out more. This was my year ahead spread, which I was really excited about this. It's, I did this spread in my tarot journal and then also did a little page for it here. So I color coded these cards with the same color scheme that I used for my tarot tracker over here. And then I printed off some of the cards and pasted them in and added my little goals. Again, color coded there. This is my next cycle phase here. One thing about following a phase of the moon instead of a weekly is that they aren't always exactly the same. So as you can see, this one went a little longer. But it's pretty much the same. I have the day of the week, the date, notes about the day, space for notes or horizon. This space I actually had measured out to have a post-it there for my meals, but I really didn't like the way it looked, and it made my paper bumpy, so I nixed it. Here we go. This is something I started doing here that I have been keeping up, which is I have my day. I didn't do it on that day that I just pointed to, but here we go. I had my daily task and then a little bit of journaling about it. Same here. I only gave myself a few daily tasks and then I journaled about it. Notes on a book I was reading. A little more intense with journaling here. And as you can see, like this day, I didn't give myself any to-dos. I was traveling and just kind of wanted to keep a record of what was going on there for me. And I drew the flower to make me happy because it was kind of a tough time. And then I started this little collection of sort of a wish list items, which is, is it a want, is it a need, or is it an ish? Which I like to categorize things of, I have something that's working. This other thing would work better. Like, for instance, I got a flat iron for my hair finally. I've been using like a 4-inch round brush and a blow dryer to straighten my hair, and touching it up with a curling iron, like a huge curling iron to straighten my hair. And so while that works, it doesn't necessarily work well, and I live in a humid area, so it didn't always look nice and professional. So it wasn't exactly a need. I had a stopgap. So it's an ish. Or light bulbs for the studio. I had light bulbs in the room, but they were really dim. I think they were like maybe the equivalent of 25, maybe they were 40 watt, but they were very dim and they were warm light instead of cool light. So it made seeing my artwork hard. It made filming videos hard. So I have one I would like 3 more to help fix the light. So it's also an ish. I have a kind of a stopgap. Anyway, it's probably a little more of a want, but that's that. Moving on, I added meals down at the bottom so I get to kind of check those off. Occasionally it happens with this task list, especially when it's a shorter span like this, that I don't use nearly as much. And if I haven't drawn the lines all the way down, I can use this for notes as a summary for the week or adding other things in. So I am hoping an in bulk to kind of keep this shorter, just add as I go if I need it. Okay, yes, I'm excited about this. So this cycle, I started doing my to-dos in black, and then I have my Twisby Echo fountain pen with Smargdgrün ink by Roy Klinger in it. I love this ink. It's this marvelous sort of teal turquoise color. I've been using that for my journaling. One reason of that is I love using my fountain pen. I love this color ink. Right now I'm mostly using it for my morning pages, so it's fun just to see it again. And also I just like the visually sort of broken up. And then over here, I had some time at a doctor's appointment, and I am excited. I'm changing jobs at the beginning of in bulk, which I'm super pumped about. But I was waiting at a doctor's appointment and just sort of making a list of everything I still had to do to leave well. And I'm covering up some of this because some of this is personal, and I'm not good at the blur thing on Instagram yet. Anyway, so this is another phase where I really regret drawing my lines all the way down because I wanted to use this section to make some notes about what I was thinking for my in bulk cleaning spread. So I made some in pencil because I was, just kind of brainstorming. Continuing over here with my dailies and to-do list in black, and then journaling in turquoise. And here we are. This is the last phase in Yule for the period I'm celebrating, which is really exciting. And with that, I think I'm gonna wrap up for now and plan to jump into in bulk. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you soon.